Every morning, I make my milk kefir for the day. And every morning I forget until I've made it that I was going to show you how I do this with a video. And here's some of my canned goods right here. So, this is what's been sitting for 24 hours. I'll show you what I do with it. If you don't know what milk kefir or kefir is, it's a probiotic drink made with milk. It doesn't need to breathe. That's why I have a old piece of cloth. That's an old baby sheet from 30 years ago. All right, and the milk, oopsie, it coagulates. You need special equipment for this. You need non-metallic things. So I have a wooden spoon and a plastic funnel and a plastic strainer thing. Okay, so this is what it looks like. The milk is thick. As I said, it's been sitting for 24 hours. It's coagulated. And I stir it so that I can put it through the strainer a little better. Okay, now we're straining out the kefir grains. They're not grains at all. I think it's it's some kind of symbiotic relationship between yeast and bacteria. Okay, so we put it in there. I know it looks gross. It kind of tastes like buttermilk or sour cream, something like that. When I started out drinking it, I only drank about a tablespoon or two. But now I could drink 1-2 cups a day, and it would not bother me at all. Again, I said this is good bacteria, probiotics. Lots more probiotics than you get in a little capsule. I'm going to put the rest of it in. And then what I do is the grains that are left in there, I'll put back in this. Probably rinse this out first with a little more milk. Let it set for another 24 hours. All right, I'm going to need 2 hands for this. I'll show you what it looks like. And this is what it looks like when you strained it all out. All that's left is these little bitty, get a close-up of them, little bitty kefir grains. So they do tend to multiply, so after a while I store them in the refrigerator with a little bit more milk so that I always have some extra grains on hand. I had to buy the original ones, but now these have lasted me, oh goodness, for years. Once I dropped it, spilled it out of the cupboard, and I was really thankful that I had extra grains in the refrigerator that I could use. Let me show you what they look like, the extra grains, and then I'll pour some milk in this. I've mixed the milk in here. As far as, oh boy, I just about spilled that. One-handed is not good. As far as how much kefir to use per milk, it depends on so many variables. It's sort of an art. In the summertime, you need fewer kefir grains. In the wintertime, maybe a little bit more. It likes to be at a nice temperature of maybe 70 to 75 degrees. Doesn't like to be too cold, doesn't like to be too hot. In the refrigerator, this is just to store it, but you would not want to drink this stuff. It's nasty. I have maybe, I can't see them, maybe a couple of tablespoons in there. I just did this a couple days ago because what it will end up looking like is, well, a separated, thick mess. That's where I store my extra grains, so I never run out of kefir. This will go back in the cupboard. And this, I'll have to wash these off. Okay, I could just put this in the refrigerator. Let's show you how thick it is. So it has a consistency of, probably consistency of buttermilk. Now, my friend Nidra taught me how to do a second ferment, which I'd done a long time ago, but I think I'd left it in too long. So what she does, she puts a tiny piece of fruit. She said a tiny slice of an orange or a piece of lemon peel. I like the lemon peel. I've used that, or I've used like one frozen raspberry. And then you leave it out for an hour or two. The second ferment is supposed to make it even better for you and taste a little bit better. So I'll I'm out of lemon peel. I've used them all. I use them for my elderberry stuff. I'll leave this out for an hour. I'll find a frozen raspberry to put in it. I will put this back in the cupboard, and that's all there is to making milk kefir. As far as how I use it, I've been making smoothies out of it. That's really good. Remember when I froze all those frozen pears and blueberries and things? I use those with my immersion blender and make a smoothie out of it, and that will keep for 2-3 days in the refrigerator. Or sometimes I just drink it. In my opinion, stuff doesn't have to taste good if it's good for you. That's my motto. Until next time, this is Lori Fiechter with My Indiana Kitchen. One other thing I forgot to mention about the milk kefir is it's pretty much a daily thing. I make it every single morning. You don't have to make a whole lot. I made what, maybe a cup? That's about as much as I'll drink in a day. You don't have to make a whole quart or something. You just keep having less kefir grains in it, and that will make it work. However, if I'm going on vacation, then I will store it in the refrigerator. But it's funny. It doesn't like going back and forth between cold and warmer. So you make it every day till you have enough, and then you can, leave the grains in there for a while. It also is really good as a substitute for buttermilk in recipes. With when I make my pizza crust that calls for buttermilk. No, I think it's actually for kefir. It's good in pancakes. It's good in waffles. It's good in a lot of yeast doughs. So there's good ways to use it up. And like I said, it's good for you. Until next time. Oh, I know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to show you how I make my Greek yogurt. That's not quite so fast. That's a couple-day process. We'll get you started on that now. Ciao.